complete new.
Alright, good evening everybody. I'll be your host for this evening, Dark Knight. Teams are about to get started with the draft shortly. Before we switch over to that, head over to looking at our map select. And so we did have, in this matchup, Bad Rats versus Ginormous Jaegers, Division C. We did have coins toss won by Ginormous. Oh, actually, no, it was by Bad Rats, and they banned out Inferno Shrines and Alterac Pass. And then Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout banned out by Ginormous Jaegers, with Sky Temple being selected by Bad Rats. And with that, we actually already got on the way. So switch over to our draft. So we are going to Sky Temple Game 1. Right away, looking at the action as far as bans, we do have Sukhov being banned out by the side of the Ginormous Jaegers. Looking at previous games, looks like Bad Rats have been able to win both of their previous games 2-0, so domination fashion, with Ginormous Jaegers playing their first matchup, did fall 0-2. So maybe Ginormous Jaegers looking to rebound, or Bad Rats looking to continue their hot streak to start this particular season. We have a Anduin and Vala banned by the side of Bad Rats, followed by a Valstad ban on the side of Ginormous Jaegers. I gotta have like make double music, probably you heard in the background. And right away we do see a priority placed on Greymane, and with that, both globals, or two of the globals, I should say, picked up by the side of Bad Rats, Dahaka and Brightwing. Very much having globals on very large maps, typically a priority for most teams. You see a noob, and then Asmo Dam being picked up by Ginormous Jaegers. With the second round of bans, we do have Rhaegar now being banned out. Bad Rat's probably thinking with the Greymane and the noob, they likely want to go in and engage. Rhaegar very good at that, enabling fellow teammates. We do see an ETC ban.
The wait is over.
But with the next round of picks, we do have tank and DPS being selected with Garrosh and then Cassia.
Reckoning is at hand.
Let's say some love.
And we do see a Tyrael and a Morales here. So all of a sudden, this is making a little bit more sense. Is this potentially a comp of the juice kind? I mean, very much. You do have the Tyrael, Morales, and Greymane. We do have the last pick, a Sagara. And oh, I need to put up my predictions. And some very interesting comp by both teams. Very much looks like Ginormous Jaegers have a potential plan. But with that, we'll see you shortly in game number 1 of this matchup. Alright. Looks like there's a small delay. The Blizzard internet connection's a little bit slow with people loading, but looks like we got everybody. No one was lost. Let's move into our in-game screen to get us started with
For your ceaseless battle.
looking at game number 1, again in this Division C matchup between Bad Rats and Ginormous Jaegers. We'll start off by looking at introductions for Bad Rats. We have French on the Zagara, Niam on the Brightwing, Ding Dong on the Garrosh, Jamster on the Cassia, and Vinx on the Dahaka. We do see Ginormous Jaegers Ogre the Great on the Asmodan.
Let your battle
Classified
begin.
on the Morales. Nemesis on the Greymane. .20 on the Anubarak. By the way, did see Ginormous Jaegers try to go bot to see if they could some sort of maybe push bottom, but do see Bad Rat's able to kind of spread out, maybe potentially thinking that would occur. Members of the team getting a little bit low, although I do have Dahaka start this soak. So very much Sky Temple is a very interesting map. Often if you've ever heard, listened to kind of some of the discussion of the map and, you know, different objectives and such, Sky Temple's one of the maps that very much you can never fight your opponent, right? So the idea is like if you want to be in a map that you never really have to fight, right? You can argue there's points where, yeah, you can fight over a boss, right? You can fight over objectives, but technically speaking, if you have a team that can push, you can very much just never fight. We do have the Morales getting caught out and engaged and flipped over, and Classified does go down for the first blood going to the side of Bad Rats, and Greymane trying to trade out, but trying to finish off a Garrosh is a very difficult endeavor. I wonder if my sound very loud again. I remember last time I had sound, it was super loud. But now we see kind of like a counter push, although we'd have Tyrael doing offlane Tyrael things, I suppose. But actually, it's Bad Rats that are actually able to get some of the first structures down. Obviously, following up those deaths from the side of Ginormous Jaegers. So I think very much this is just a game of until 10, right? Because once 10 comes online, you're gonna have the ability of the team to travel with Morales across the map. You're gonna have Tyrael, very likely I imagine, will be taking Sanctification. And so we do look at some of the talents, pretty much seeing some very specific or general, but you do see body check on the Garrosh. Not often you do see that. I think typically you see it more so with very hypermobile heroes, Tracers, Genjis and such, to help slow them down a bit. We do have the engage by the noob. Does burrow in, which against a Garrosh, you want to be very careful about that. Getting rather low, but able to trade out a little bit. We do have Brightwing now porting in to the Garrosh, helping top them off. This is a 4v5, so we do have the engage on the Zagar. It does go down. Greymane able to get the kill, but now retreating likely the wrong way, but with that cloak initially looked to be a little bit safe, but Cassia able to pursue Greymane and secure the kill. But it was a 4v5. We do have the Hawker now finally digging in, but now maybe a little bit too late, or maybe not. We do have Garrosh walking in. Oh, the sound is... I need to go back and check the audio for that video, the intro video. It's the new one for this season, and I don't think I corrected the sound for it, but it's more of a wake-up check. We had both teams able to get about a little bit, or at least some of it, right? Although it's still in favor on the side of Bad Rats. We do see now both teams doing their camps. Bad Rats working on their top bruiser camp, while Jaegers do get their siege camp at bot. We do have Garrosh kind of green for the Cassia. But now we're getting about a little bit over half a lead in favor of Bad Rats. And so again, the question is, do you have any trying to go in? Unstoppable pop by the Garage, being able to flip over the Asmo, but maybe not enough focus or not enough DPS just yet. We do have Garage getting rather low and does go down. Greymane being able to secure that particular kill. Although I do have to Hawk pushing with that top cam. Looks like they are going to be able to very much likely get this. I don't think Terry going to be able to do much about that. But again, if you're Ginormous Jaegers, you're now looking at trying to get some value. Greymane, a little bit extended, does get initiated by the Cassia, having to retreat, able to at least live for now. We do have the first fort going over again in favor of Bad Rats, and so I guess now we're just waiting for level 10s, and that's when the fun begins. Maybe we do have Ball Lightning adaptation from Dahaka, Devarian Maw. Waiting on the last of the two of the ults. We have Asmodan doing the top camp. Looks like they're holding, but the level 10s are still about a little bit over or under, I should say, half a level for Ginormous Jaegers. But all the while, Bad Rats are able to secure now the second shrine. And now they have all three of their structures of their forts down. Now we're going to be getting some damage to the keeps. Tans are finally online. We do have Demonic Invasion, Cocoon, Sanctification, Medevac, and Curse Ability. They are going to try and do this game of Juice Pirates. The ship, Shad Shell, the Cocoon, all the Garish. I mean, they're very much in the mindset. We're a very huge 3-person mob, but I think that's exactly what they were trying to achieve. We do have Sanctification go out, although I think it maybe would have been something you want to save for the next fun trip, and so we did have our first. Oh, we did have Emerald win. Yeah, good point, Ektar. I imagine that was that. Ektar then Ball Line. So right away, do move to go to boss, and so, which I guess is now this is just going to become a race. Oh yeah, this is still, so that's a big change that they made, because now this is still invulnerable because they have to get rid of this particular fort still. It used to be that very much you could just literally cheese it, right? And so now you are having to kind of do this, and so we are seeing the juice again, trip number 2. Although this time they don't have Sanctification, and it looks like they're not gonna be able to secure this. No, they're not. So pretty good defense, and that's going to be required at least one more trip. But we do have boss here, and this is kind of the difficult situation of, well, you're obviously going to try to exchange, and sometimes it becomes a race. But I mean, this is just going down. Yeah, so Bad Rat's able to get the defense out, but now they're kind of marching onto core. They're looking to end. I mean, they don't have much. Or Sanctification does go out. Probably not the situation you wanted, but Terrio in danger will be going down. But you have to be careful if you are Bad Rats. This is, you know, fighting under this particular core is not always the best, and potentially can, especially if you die, right, it can be really bad. We do have a new being caught up in the mall. It does go down, and so we have 2 for none. I mean, the death timers are still relatively short, but it's actually Bad Rats able to kind of clear the pathway for a win condition. We did have to Haka dig right away bottom just to continue using the objective. The game audio sounds muffled. Let me figure that out. I know that I was lagging a little bit, Ektar, and I think it might have to do with that. Well, hopefully that fixes it, because when we're connecting, it was a little bit laggy. I'm not sure if that was a problem with that. I think Ginormous Jaegers are going to try just to take down this key the old-fashioned way. We do have Asmo stepping up and does get tossed. With Bad Rats now in pursuit. Does land the Devouring Maw on the Morales. The follow-up tongue does get a noob trying to run for its life. We do have Sanctification go out, but it seems like it's going to be a little too late as 3 members of Ginormous Jaegers does go down with Tyrael trying to run for their life, but we do likely see now, looks like they're trying to now focus on trying to end the match, and very much I think they can, although these wins tend to be very annoying. We do have members of Ginormous Jaegers now coming up, but it looks like GG's been called. I mean, it's still not over. These are still really, you know, the scaling of everything. And but it is over now. Now it's over. All right, and so GG, game number 1 going to the side of Bad Rats. Moving over quickly to the game summary. So very much not surprising, we do have the kill count highly in favor of Bad Rats. Cassia and Zagara getting quite a few kills. Damage very much so, but obviously the tactic of Juice Pirates is not one of you're going to be fighting the enemy team. You're literally just going to throw yourselves at the opposing team's structures. They were able to get the first structure just fine. I think the problem is in that first kind of run, they should have just gone straight to the bottom fort. Because then at that point, that creates more space. All right, thanks for letting me know, Ektar. I'll try to figure out why it's getting muffled that bad. That's why I do tell teams, you unfortunately get to have me as a caster. Looking at some of the talents while we wait for the next matchup. And so, yeah, as you called it, the Emerald Winds did come out. So with that, I'll move over to our map screen to update our information. It looks like we're going to be moving over now to Towers of Doom. With that, I'll take a quick little break while we get going for the next match. Alright, with that, we are getting going in our draft for game number 2. We are going to Towers. And that was picked by Ginormous Jaegers, so this time Bad Rats will be having first pick. Oh, and it looks like someone disconnected. Switching over back to our intermissions. Oh, I guess there was the wrong order was set up. So it wasn't a disconnect, it was just a momentarily delay. Alright. Now it looks like everything looks good. All the settings are fine. Okay. Huh. There you go. There's a lot of interesting sounds. It sounded like there was another disconnect, but there wasn't. I think the game is just trying to figure out what's going on. Just like myself. Anyways, it looks like we're now back into the draft. So move over to that. You have Anduin Ban. That would pretty much tell me Stitches, right? Maybe, or Garrosh. They did play Garrosh last time. We do have Vala being banned out again, and then Brightweek being banned out by Ginormous Jaegers. This time we do see Dahaka. Last time Sukov was banned, and now we do see it being instantly locked. I'm curious if I guess Anduin ban is just a general ban. Obviously, very good against, you know, if you have a variant, if you have a Garrosh. Speaking of variant, we do have variant and Leoric being picked out with the first rotation from the side of Ginormous Jaegers.
Our word is worth fighting for.
And we do have May. May, a tank that you don't see too often being picked.
Victory for the Forsaken.
And there's Sylvanas. With that brings us to our second round of bans. I imagine... I mean, last time they had Sagara, right? And so... Sagara could be useful here. We do see a Samuru. Not too familiar with both teams, but looks like they did a little bit of homework. Or simply... if you play Storm League at all, one of the heroes you just generally banned out. We do have Ario, obviously Ario with the more recent updates, now a little bit of a stronger of a healer. Seen it quite often now being played in the ladder in Storm League. In general, I think we've seen it quite a bit in the first couple matches, first couple weeks of NGS. I would have to go back and look at the
Well, it's about
stats.
damn time.
But we do have Malfurion and Tychus, so it looks like this time no Juice Pirates, unfortunately. Although this is not the map to play Juice Pirates. Although it would be interesting to try. Use Morales to fly into the enemy's team's core, and I imagine you're instantly just pushed out and within a couple seconds just blow up. Haven't tried it. Maybe I'll do it one day. We do have Falstad and D.Va, so kind of continuing the priority or selection of these global heroes. And we do have a Medivh. Potentially helpful to help maybe against those bombs or anything else potentially. We don't see any changes or anything. And with that, we see you shortly for game number 2 in this matchup in Towers of Doom.
Really good.
All right. I think I figured out what the issue was with the sound for the video. I just updated for this current season, and the volume was set to full blast, so likely that's why your eardrums probably blew out. But without introductions for both teams, we do have Bad Rats. French on the Falstad Niem.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Actually, can't see where they really groups up that hard.
Fight.
Vinx on the D.Va. Falstad flying ahead. Ding Dong on the May. Jamster on the Sylvanas. And Niem on the Stukov. We do see them looking to kind of do the opposites, right? Maybe like a baby Juice Pirates push bottom, able to get a tower. We do have the members of Ginormous Jaegers, 9.20 on the Varian. Nemesis on the Tychus, classified on the Malfurion, and Olgo the Great on the Medivh. We do have then Yellow on the Yorick. With that, we do see right away helping with that mid soak initially. We do have Ginormous Jaegers getting a bit of soak. The Towers of Doom, infamous comeback mechanic map. As long as you have one core shot, you are fine. Notorious for big swings when it comes to tower shots. We do have the invade coming in, and Tychus does go down. Very good rotation. I was gonna say with the Haka, that very much is something you can do, but D.Va was already rotating mid. Went down to the team and helped out with the invasion. Able to get the wall and the towers down for the bottom. Obviously, the bottom being the priority lane on this map. The Yorick able to Wraith walk away to safety, but has to be careful of that rotation and that potential
Rise shortly.
gank.
Be ready. You must capture. Play.
You do see Medivh giving some vision, able to spot out that potential. We do have obviously Varian now with taunt. That Sukov silence. Oh, the team used the portal. Everybody went back in. Oh no. Medivh strikes again. Tricking teammates to go back in when they have 0 health.
The Raven Lord.
Something you want to be careful about, right? We do have Malfarian trying to channel while the rest of the team. We did have the exchange top, but this is initially a 4v3, so it should be favoring Ginormous Jaegers. They're not able to secure the objectives just yet, but now again with level 4 we do have taunt variant obviously. And so there goes. We do have now D.Va rotating down, and now the members of Ginormous Jaegers being pincered, but able to use the gate to get away, at least most of the members, with Taika's going down. We do have bomb being used at the bottom now. Actually able to catch out the Medivh. I didn't quite see if it was the bomb or Maze just happened to get the last damage on Medivh. We do see Sylvanas able to use the trait. The power of Sylvanas. A not as broken trait as it used to be. Definitely copium there. Still pretty powerful. The invasion though, we do have the members of Ginormous Jaegers, and Taika's have to be careful. Getting fairly low, was able to survive long enough. We did have Leo finally rotate down, able to now engage on the foul side. Looks like they were going to be going down. We do have Medivh securing the kill, and the first kill on the side of, or in favor of Ginormous, right? I believe that is. Yeah, that is the case. The first one. We do see now Ginormous Jaegers trying to take back their bottom fort. D.Va continuing the soak. We do have next objective being 1 altar. So we do have initially only a 4 shot advantage. Varian trying to get in a situation to catch any member. But those members are having to step up and then have to be in a Sukov puddle. We do have Malfarian getting very low and does go down. With level 10s nearing in favor of Bad Rats. And again, we do see Sylvanas able to use trade to turn off the fort. Usher in a couple of these saplings. And again, it goes down. And looks like Varian's getting caught out. Does have protect from Medivh. Not their own protect. They're not level 10 yet. But do have 10s online with Gust, Wailing Arrow, Flailing Swipe, and Bunny Hop. Made to get Ice Wall. Members of Ginormous trying to catch out D.Va, baby D.Va as they call it, out of the mech, but able to get back in the mech and scoot away. We now do see 10s online with Tranquility, Commandeer Odin, Leyland Seal, Shield Wall, and Entomb. We do have Ice Wall fall on 2 members, but likely just more so of a disengage.
Heroes, the altars rise.
This is always like the very awkward situation, right? Where you're trying to get this fort back, but you really can't do anything else. They do want to get rid of these saplings and not let them just walk in. We do have Leo trying to rotate down, but at this point I think it might be a little bit too late. 13's not quite yet for either team, but if you're Ginormous Jaegers, you do want to get in a situation where you're able to set up potential for comeback. We do have Iswell, a 3-person Iswell with a silence, double silence, the puddle and the Savannah's arrow with the bunny hop. We did have Varian go down. Bad Rat showcasing pretty good synergy there with the different talents. And again, that Stukov puddle silencing Medivh, or actually it was it looked like Medivh. It was Malfurion. I think they clicked on the portal again and actually ported back, and Portals of Doom. Protect able to save a couple members of Ginormous Jaegers, but they're being very low, having to reset. Do have Sylvanas now take advantage of the downtime to secure the mid tower, and so now Ginormous Jaegers in a very challenging situation. They can't allow this bottom, or this top, I should say, tower to go down, because then you begin the bombardment. We do have Ice Wall again, a little bit maybe a counter synergy, but it looks like that puddle's going to be there for a while. It may going in, engaging on Ginormous Jaegers, does secure the kill on the Tychus. We do see 2 of the saplings go through. With level 13's online. I think if you're Ginormous, you just want to get back and reset. You don't want to be caught out if you're Varian. I mean, this is the way you also begin your comeback, is by actually getting these staggered deaths. Obviously, as death timers increase, it becomes a little bit more punishing. So we do have Leyline going out. It does connect on the Stukov, but I don't think there's much that can be done. It does. We do see a follow-up, but Medivh cut up under the silence, and again, that Stukov silence able to get. Oh, they got the it hunger, so get the resets. So once after you use it, you do see it available again. We do have Leoric still trying to keep bottom, or top, I should say, from following, but Valsa does rotate, able to burst the Leoric down. We do see boss right away. I would have imagined that potentially securing top would have been, especially with Savannah's. I think you could have made the argument for both. I mean, now they move on to boss, and so if you're Ginormous, I would have gone just mid, because mid is about to go down. You just cough on it, right? It should go down. Do we? Is that? Can that? No, the minion doesn't secure it. So yeah, see, definitely going mid would have been. It looks like they're going to get only none. Actually, they stopped it before the first timer, but now with 3 objectives, this is a very challenging situation. Only 1 is needed by the side of Bad Rats in order to secure that. We have Medivh trying to delay. Not the Medivh kind of caught in a bad last place, and at this point Ginormous Jaegers was trying to make any sort of play, kind of throwing a Hail Mary. We do have the rest of the members of Ginormous Jaegers go down, but the last of the altar needed to secure the game is secured, and it does go game number 2 in favor of our Bad Rats. So with that, let's see if I can get members of somebody from. See if we can get an interview. Make sure I'm the right channel. Looking at some of the stats here, I'm trying to get the. See if we can have someone. A little bit more straightforward. Savannah's obviously proving to be successful.
Yep.
Hello, welcome, and congrats on your domination. And this is now your third game, correct?
Yeah.
Great. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. We have significantly gotten better than last season, honestly. We kind of been playing like a ton, and I feel like we're actually like a cohesive team now. Also, kind of funny, they picked Juice Pirates, and that was like one of the first games we played last season, and we have researched like a ton of strats, how to counter it, and how to like play it optimally, and we practiced it a bunch, so we kind of knew what to do, like when they picked like Imperial Medic.
Yeah. At first, once you saw that, it's one of those where it's kind of it's a race, right? It's a timer.
Yeah.
And it looked like you were very much prepared and able to kind of effectively kind of at least deal with, it's impossible to kind of deny everything that Juice Pirates tries to do, but it's pretty much can mitigate the damage enough that you can then counter the push. It looks like you were very much
I was actually surprised that what do you call it, the Brightwing value. I just took. I was actually holding my ult because I wasn't actually sure if they were 100% juice pirating, but they picked like medevac, and I'm like, oh, I'll just take Emerald Win instead. And
Oh yeah, I mean,
like, a lot.
Yeah, as soon as you saw the Ethereal and the Morales, that's like juice. Like it's 100% juice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but well, they had like the noob, which I thought was kind of weird. Maybe they were just trying to like an alternative strat. But yeah, I saw the medevac, and I'm like, oh, that's 100% juice.
You see kind of variations of it. You see like Zarya's right in there. The idea is you bring a noob to kind of bring Cocoon, bring CC, bring Beetles. So there's a few different variations, but very much the Tyrael and the Morales are kind of like the big indicators.
Yeah, the Anub, sorry, not the Anub, the Asmodan is kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that, but I guess it kind of makes sense because you get like the early push with the minions, and you also can just dump what's his face, Demonic Invasion.
Yeah. And so there's different variations that you see with Naz, you see with Zagara, you see it with quite a few different heroes. So, but usually it's this Tyrael and the Morales are very much kind of the indicator of that. But you were able to get counter value right at the same time. You were able to get the boss, and then at the end, the team fight obviously is something that they had sacrificed. So you can very much.
Yeah, the thing that really clinched it there is I think the Asmo stepped up a bit too far, and we were able to like throw them, what do you call it, under the fort, I guess, at bottom lane. It kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah,
I don't think they pushed enough, like 1-4, like because we tried to. Oh, actually, I don't want to discuss our strats.
Go on. I'm sure if you have a few people watching, they'll be very.
Sure we might pull it out, maybe not, because we pulled it out one time last season, and then it was banned 100% of games against us every single time.
Yeah, so maybe a quick question on your team, because this is so it's not your first year, because I don't. Maybe did you change the name, correct? Because I don't recall seeing this name before.
No, I mean I've been playing this game for a while, but I'm like super out of practice. I took like a 6-year hiatus or something.
Oh, the team. So is it? No, I'm saying the team name. Is it still the same team?
There are, I guess French and I are the original members, and Logicalia, who was a sub technically, is another founding member, like way back.
Okay.
I mean the full name of the team, it's like a reference to like some stupid team I had in like 2012 in like another game, and the full name is like Bad Rats World Championship Finals, and it's just really stupid. I couldn't think of the name at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad we're all playing the game again. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, because I was just because usually I'm pretty familiar with most teams, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen the name before, Bad Rats. I was curious if this was a new team or a team that just came back. Because I know Ginormous Jaegers also have they played like I think season 9, so almost 10 seasons ago, and
Yeah,
so
realistically, it's pretty much we just all started playing last season. I think we're significantly better than last season too, or we've
yeah.
really practiced a lot.
Yeah, you're looking very strong. And so, real quick, at game number 2, you made rather quick work of that, able to give very good value out of the Sylvanas. And so,
Yeah, I saw that they were picking like Medivh and what's his face, Varian, and I'm like, oh, these guys are like really super weak early games. So I'm like, we might as well just slam bottom and see what happens.
yeah, and you were able to get pretty good value there. And obviously,
Yeah,
you're
by the way, sorry, go ahead.
just yeah, obviously being able to control bottom lane, very important.
Yeah, and funnily enough, I think Towers of Doom is our best map, but we never elect to do it because we've always like we throw because we just get ahead on it. It's really funny. It's a cursed map for us.
I think it's a cursed map for everybody. Yeah, I was just mentioning during the early part of the game, this is the big kind of swing map, right? Where you can literally be winning the whole match and then you're not.
Yeah.
So
We always do like something dumb and we always like run ahead or get picked and it's like, oh my god, just snowballs and we end up losing or we'll be like 30 points and we've lost. We did not like a bunch last season.
yeah, it's one of those maps where people forget because there isn't like the constant push of catapults like in other maps. You're very punished very heavily for deaths late game.
Yeah, it's like one of the few maps too where it's like you could have like true comebacks, it feels like.
Yeah, but you were able to very much solidify and prevent any potential comeback on the side of Ginormous Jaegers. But congrats, and you have a pretty hard start. Yeah, this is now your 3rd domination, correct?
Yeah, it felt really good actually.
And so like I said, I usually try to look at the performance in previous seasons, but I imagine you're pretty happy with your start this season.
Yeah, for sure. And we also have Jamster playing too, which is a bit different. So we don't have Logicalia, who was the traditional tank player, so now Ding Dong's doing it. And he was always like on DPS, and it's a little bit of a team adjustment, but it's working well.
All right, and so that's pretty much it for myself. I do have one, I guess, from one of your teammates. It says to ask how long it takes you to order a pizza.
No comment. Piece of shit.
All right, well, I guess we'll leave that as a secret. But anyways, with that, I'll leave it up to the floor if you have any shout outs or anything you want to say to wrap up this cast.
Yeah, I want to shout out all my friends that have been playing with me for a while, and of course Logicalia, he failed the other day and he's reliable. Thanks guys.
Okay, and so with that, again, very much thank you and congrats on your domination win, and maybe look forward to casting some future games in the future.
Yep, thank you.
All right, we'll see you around.
Yep, have a great night.
All right, and so with that wraps up our Division C matchup of Bad Rats and Ginormous Jaegers. A 2-0 domination in favor of Bad Rats. I'll be wrapping up this particular cast by sending you over to one of our other games going on. For those of you who are still, we do have Raka, who is casting another matchup by Brain Cellmates and CM, or Clouded Minds, I should say, Daybreak. And so I'll be sending you over there, so stick around if you're interested in watching some more NGS action. And so, but again, very much thank you for joining me this evening. And so I'll see you around next time in the Nexus. Have a good one.